Sit back. Let Papa take care of it. Ah, yeah! Violence!
This build works pretty well since it allows Frost to do some really easy room-wide damage alongside giving him a pretty great armor strip for very low investment. It works significantly better using the Kuva Sobek with the augment that it got a while ago. Not on this build, oops. But you do want to use this augment Acid Shell. Acid Shells really lets weapons like the Kuva Sobek take the most advantage out of Zombie Sorcerer. I believe my setup I was using was this one, not the Riven. We don't want to use the Riven. I don't like using the Riven for testing because it's not really fair and not everybody's going to have the Riven, even if it's only giving like attack speed or like extra ammo or something like that. It's not properly fair for testing. So, now we take this current setup. Let's reset these boys real quick. And really simple flow. For that. Up one, back two, up three. And gone. Now, the biggest caveat to this build's entire setup is it's just effective. You can room wide with it. It works with basically any weapon you want. As stated, the Kuva Sobek works really well, but if you don't have that and have a Detron, for example, the Detron can do very similar things, albeit slightly weaker, with their magnetic shells. I would personally recommend the Sobek the most for this. There are a lot of other weapons that can also pull off this gimmick, but there are some I need to just personally figure that out for. My Sobek works kind of. But yeah, see? Sobek can do very similar things. It'd probably work a little bit better instead of using Boo-hoo. Irradiate, I was using something like Second Merciless or something else that boosts the power. Because Frostbite is definitely helping with this build a lot too. But again, even if you don't have these specific weapons, you have a lot of flexibility with what you can use. It's definitely one of my favorite setups currently to play for Frost. It just feels like he's a very build playstyle for this frame just opens up once you just have like something like this, and it's very easy to invest in.
Shut you up.
My only caveat that I would say is that some weapons are significantly, they're obviously better than others, but Frost gets away with it by just having that built-in armor strip. You can kind of make anything work. That being said, I will try to make sure the description is updated with a link to the build. I'll probably post it on Overframe just so it could be easily observed better there. Oh, other things to note. Archon shards. The only mandatory one that I would say is this Crimson Shard. The Crimson Shard is very important. It just helps ease over a little bit of strength because you don't need much to reach the cap of what you need. Frost already is doing so much with his armor strip to begin with, so just getting that little bit extra is gonna mean a lot. So 1 Tau Forge strength is more than enough. If I had a second one that I'm not using on a different, on some other frames now, he'd probably have 2. But this is perfectly fine as it is. I also prefer having the 2 amber shards, the yellow shards, just for casting speed. Extra casting speed just feels comfortable. And then the equilibrium shard. Frost is generating a bunch of orbs. You can always get a bunch of orbs running around. You can just like sit up there pretty well. Outside of that, this build is very flexible for what it is. Really, the only mandatory things you need, once again, the Zada's Whisper subsume. So you need to subsume a Zaku frame. Icy Avalanche will keep you alive. So you just get to stay alive, cast this when you need to, do what you need to do, you're set. Freeze Force, same situation. This is helping you also increase your damage output. This one is kind of not that mandatory, but I think it's better for this specific setup. And then from here, the only real mix you really need to do, you want to go just a high mix of duration and range. But you don't want your power going into the negative. The lower your power is, the lower these buffs are going to be. You definitely do not want that in the negative. Molotov Minta will make up for 60% ability strength, balancing out overextended, but you still want to push that over as much as you can. Once you hit that 200% ability strength, this is going to armor strip on its own immediately. Therefore, you'll just be able to just bulldoze through anything. The most flexible thing on this build, however, is Energy Siphon. I prefer it just for the sake of having some consistent energy regeneration, so Energy Siphon and Energy Nexus by extent are perfectly replaceable. You can put anything else you want in those slots, including more duration mods, maybe some more power mods, maybe you want to use corrosive protection. You have that flexibility with this build. I prefer this just because of how I play, and just because I'm lazy. I'm not even gonna front with y'all. But that will do it. this is gonna be the thing I want to try to make more consistent, and hopefully we do more. Thanks for your time, and I appreciate it. See ya.